Howdy, and welcome to the first video in my playthrough of Skyrim. I'll be showing you in a series of videos a mod that I've made which lets you survive the game without using any weapons or armor. Its name is Way of the Monk, and it is available at both the Skyrim Nexus and the Steam Workshop. The mod adds 2 new skills, Unarmed and Unarmored. By fighting with your fists or with new monk-styled weapons, you can raise your unarmed skill. By taking hits while not wearing armor, you can raise your unarmored skill. As these skills are raised, you can choose new perks to improve and specialize your character. Throughout the world, a number of special pillars have been added that allow you to manage your stats and choose new powers, similar to those given by the standing stones. You can download the mod at links given in the description. Once you have downloaded it, you will want to go to the Pillars of the Way. These pillars can be found outside of Helgen, near the Guardian Stones. Once you have found these pillars, your experience as a monk in Skyrim can begin. You'll be able to bash in the teeth of your enemies, taking blows from dragons and rats alike, while wearing nothing but robes. You'll also be able to gain unique powers given to you by an ancient cult. New weapons, robes, and enchantments will be available to you as you raise your skills in the ways of the monk. These pillars here are the Pillars of the Way. They can be found here outside of Helgen. You'll encounter them on your way out of the beginning of the game. They allow you to check and edit your stats, as well as choose new perks and read about how the mod works. The first one is named the Pillar of the Way. It gives you 2 powers that you can use at any time to check your stats or choose perks while adventuring. You can also get the Unarmed weapon that raises your unarmed skill. It works exactly the same way as a normal unarmed combat. You can hotkey it and increase your unarmed skill while fighting. Fortify unarmed enchantments and the Khajiit racial bonus both affect its damage. You can choose to be given either a one-handed or a both-handed version of the unarmed weapon. The one-handed version lets you use the other hand for a spell, weapon, or shield, while the both-handed version uses up both of your hands. As you can see, this one uses both hands, while the one-handed version uses only one. If you get the one-handed version, then make sure and equip it in the right hand if you are dual wielding. If you have it equipped in the left hand, then you will block when you try to attack with that hand. You can also hotkey it. You can also read help files that let you learn about the mod and the way it works. If you're having troubles with the mod, then you can also check the troubleshooting menu for aid. This is the pillar of Rewalking. The purpose of this pillar is to allow you to modify or fix the mod. Here you can edit your stats, change your settings, and reset your perks. Editing your stats lets you cheat and change your skill levels and the amount of perk points that you have. You can also fix your perk point amounts so that you have the proper amount for your level. Here you can disable or enable the skills. I would suggest doing this before uninstalling the mod. Resetting your perk points will give you back all of the perk points that you have gained so far and allow you to re-choose the perks that you want. This is the Pillar of Progress. This pillar allows you to check your progress and see what perks you already have. There are 3 categories of perks: damage, attacks, and unarmored. The damage and attacks categories affect unarmed, and the unarmored category affects, well, unarmored. This is how you view what perks you have. Within each category, you choose which perk you want to view. By clicking on that perk, you can see whether you have any levels in it. For each perk, there's a description of its effects. This one is named Deadly Blows, and it increases the amount of damage you do with the unarmed weapon and with the new monk weapons. Deadly Blows 1 appears as a button below. That means that I already have level 1 of this perk. Clicking on the button does nothing, but it lets you know that you have the perk. By looking at your stats, you can check your levels, how far they have progressed, and may see how many perk points you have. When you go to the Pillar of the Way, over there, you are also given a power that lets you check your stats on the go. It works the exact same way as the Pillar of Progress. You press the Z key to use the power like you would a shout. You can use this power as often as you'd like, and it works in exactly the same way as the Pillar of Progress. This is the Pillar of Choice. This pillar allows you to gain new perks if you have perk points available. You gain new perk points by raising the levels of either of your new skills. Every 5 levels that you gain in these new skills, you are given a perk point. Clicking Categories will allow you to view the perk categories and choose your new perks. Clicking Perk Points will let you know how many perk points you currently have available. You are notified in the top left-hand corner. Like with the Pillar of Progress, the perks are split between categories. The damage and attacks categories affect unarmed, while the unarmored category affects unarmored. Click a category and then choose a perk to read its description. This tells you the requirements for each of the perks. This perk is Deadly Blows, and it increases the damage of the unarmed weapon and the new monk weapons. If you meet the requirements to get the perk, then a button will appear that lets you know what level of the perk is available. In this case, level 2 of the perk is available. To get the perk, you simply click on the button. Once you go to the Pillar of the Way, over there, you are also given a power that lets you choose your perks on the go. It works the exact same way as a Pillar of Choice. You press the Z key to use the power like you would a shout. You can use this power as often as you'd like, and it works in exactly the same way as a Pillar of Choice. In addition to these pillars that allow you to manage the mod, there are other pillars scattered throughout the world. These other pillars give you unique powers or abilities similar to those given by the stand-in stones. To find them, you'll have to either encounter them in your travels or attempt to decipher the riddles in the book provided on this table. I've also written 2 other books that provide the lore and background of the mod. The first of these other pillars that you can find is just down the road at the Guardian Stones. Right over there. It's called the Pillar of Aptitude, and it increases the speed at which the unarmed and unarmored levels are raised. These other pillars can be used at the same time as the standing stones in the original game. This is a free monk follower that you can gain. He will fight with his hands in close combat and with a bow when at his distance. You do not need to pay for him, but he does not start out at a very high level. I would recommend using the Ultimate Follower overhaul if you are going to recruit him. To recruit him, you merely need to speak to him and request that he follow you.
Hi. Let's not waste any time.
To show you the way that these new skills work, I will play through this mine using the unarmed weapon and not wearing armor. As you can see, the progress for the unarmed skill is 11%, and the progress for the unarmored skill is 3%. The level progress tells you how close you are to the next level of that skill. Now I'm going to equip the one-handed unarmed weapon in the right hand and a war axe in the left hand to show you that you can dual wield.
Time to end this little game. Rip you open.
Smash!
Never should have come here. This what you want?
As you can see, the progress for both skills has increased. The unarmored skill only progresses if you're not wearing armor.
Do your worst. Lost friend.
The item that I picked up is one of the new monk weapons that's been added to the game. As you can see, the notification that just popped up is telling me that my unarmed level has been raised, and that it's been raised to 41. Now that I've fought some enemies, I'll choose a new perk and explain their naming system. In the case of the unarmed perks, the name of the perk tells you what it affects. If the perk has fists in its name, then it only affects the unarmed weapon. If it has strikes in its name, then it only affects the new monk weapons. If it has blows in its name, then it affects both. I'm going to choose Draining Fists. Draining Fists makes your attacks with the unarmed weapon drain your enemy's stamina. For my next video, I will be showing you the new monk weapons and how to acquire them. I will also be telling you about some good mods that work well with this one, such as the Ultimate Follower Overhaul mod and the Martial Arts mod. I will also continue from Riverwood to Whiterun, playing a dungeon in between. Thank you all for watching. I look forward to creating a second video and showing you more about my mod, Way of the Monk.